Porsha impacted innocent families and ministries.
What ministries?
The fact that people are charging Jamal Bryant.
You brought up
Hey,
who in God's name wants to bring up a ministry related to an affair? You did.
That one is fighting. Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. Portia's saying.
Ooh.
Portia's saying that Kelli is sleeping with a married pastor. Porsha brought this to the conversation. Porsha did. I didn't.
There is a little bit of backstory and history here. If you watched Porsha on Amazon Live, a lot of the housewives do Amazon Lives selling and promoting products. And before Kelli and Britt and Angela came on to the new rebooted season, Porsha did Amazon Live and they asked her about the new cast and she said, I don't know about this new Kelli girl. So I think the rift started there. And then from there, as the show is filming, we see Kelli tell Porsha, what about this married man? And here's the thing, like Kelli's getting a lot of flack this season, but I enjoy her as a housewife. I think she clocks in and she does the work and it doesn't come off cringy and like she's trying to be thirsty for a moment. The thing with Porsha, Kelli was not doing anything that the rest of us were not wondering as viewers. The rest of us have not said as viewers that she allegedly messed around with a married man, whatever. She made the comment about Angela Oakley's husband, which was very disrespectful, and I did not like to hear. So I'm really Team Kelli in this situation. When Porsha came in at that dinner with her and Kay, it seemed like a calculated, like, I got this information, I'm going into the scene, boom, the bomb is dropped.
I'm Team Porsha, and the reason why I'm Team Porsha is because Kelli, ever since she was brought on to that dinner with Shamia and Britt, she then, made the comment that, well, she's still that woman's husband and all this kind of stuff and like kept repeating it, and it's just like when you're going into like a cast, especially for a big season, a big turnaround season, you're going to want a fresh new perspective. And I would have liked Kelli to would have, I really wish she would have gone in and just gotten to know Porsha, because if you're, bringing up that Amazon Live, Damien, the thing is because Shamia and Porsha before that filming already had a conversation, and Shamia said to Porsha that Kelli said this comment. So that's the reason why the Amazon Live, whenever Porsha was like, oh yeah, I don't know about this Kelli girl, because she already heard that Kelli was saying this. So I feel like Porsha is justified. It's not like she was bringing a gun to a knife fight, okay? It's basically was the same thing, the same accusation, because it's like, if you don't know me, but you're trying to, spread mess and everything and not try to get to know me for Phil, then I don't understand, like, why are you trying to, like, put out this whole statement about, like, I might have, like, slept with this person's husband, but yet you're the person that is coming on a show that is trying to be part of a group, and yet on top of that is you're not trying to get to know me. Get to know me first before you try to throw accusations my way.
Eric.
So no. The reason why is because they squashed it at the reunion. And so you're bringing up something that was 2 years ago. They squashed everything that Kelli said at the reunion. And in the first scene that Porsha filmed, she's getting a job at Kelli. We know she ain't airy head that much. We know she's been moved past the railroad. We know that she knows there's 365 days in a year. We know that she has been educated in the 10 years that she's been on this show. So
But
now
Kelli
that we
came with an
know that,
agenda.
Kelli,
Before
if they
she
were
started
squashed at the
season 16,
reunion.
she came on with an agenda before she started the season. I'm
Got
just
it. And
saying,
we're
if you're trying to go
that's
into a group,
fabulous.
then you need to try to
What?
get
I
to
thought
know
it was my
everybody
time. I
before
thought it was
throwing
my
accusations
time.
out and
I
stuff
thought it
like
was my
that. That's all I'm
time.
saying.
But I thought it was my time, so great. But we are also in season 17, and in season 16 reunion, they squashed it. And so how is it the first scene that we filmed together, you're saying that now I'm sleeping with a married man? That's crazy. Secondly, I think it's a little reckless to say that when she's going through a custody battle. I think that's absolutely insane because you don't know how that can switch. Right now, Kelli can't film with her kids. So, like, a lot of these things, when you're bringing stuff like that up, that can affect that. Porsha doesn't have that problem. Porsha's fully protected living in another man's house. Like, and I I love Porsha. I'm not against Porsha, but like, let's be for
Right,
real.
same.
Like, that's what happened. Like, that is the truth. Like, you are saying stuff like that. Like, so just take it. They're gonna be tit for tat for this. But like, I do believe Porsha started this fight for again, because it was already, they hugged it out at the reunion. They squashed it out. And I don't understand how now, a month and a half after the reunion's filmed, the first scene that we have together, you're saying that I'm sleeping with a married man now. But then also, like, where's the proof? We know Portia's proof. There was 16 days between her engagement and the other man getting divorced. That is proof. There was a statement when he got divorced. 16 days later, she was engaged to that man. I don't know how you fall in love and get ready to marry with someone in 16 days, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
But
We have not
you
seen
was
proof
willing
of
before
Kelly's
that.
wife.
That's why.
Eric, you don't believe in love at first sight?
Nah.
it happened to
I do
me.
not
Maybe
believe.
lust at
I do
first
not
sight.
believe
You never
signing.
know.
I don't believe signing my life away to another person so that they have half of my assets and all this stuff within 16 days. Absolutely not. That is wild. Get your head examined. That's crazy. That's like the start of a horror movie. Like, I can't.
I want to get Izzy in. Izzy.
Well, as a Libra, and I've said it before, I like to avoid conflict. It's either I run from it or I run into it. And the younger me would say that would be fair.
You mean
Uh,
last year?
right. I would say that would be fair. But, in a way, you're going to come for me. Why not come back for you? And of course, I mean, we have to realize that this is a show. Portia knows what she's doing, like
Yeah.
Eric said. So of course, Portia is going to do what she needs to do to keep her peach. And so, while I do find her entertaining, she is doing a show, and she's going to do what she needs to do to, keep the cameras on her.
All right. So listen, bros, this is a sequel to the Candy Dungeon Lies. Portia has a history of launching dark, life-altering rumors without a shred of receipts, the way Eric described it. No receipts, no proof. Kelli does not have that same history. She just doesn't. And that just needs to be made clear because Portia didn't attack Kelli. Because Portia impacted families and ministries. She went on Instagram. Kelli went on Instagram
In
Live.
ministries?
Yes.
What
Portia did.
ministries?
Portia impacted innocent families and
What
ministries.
ministries?
Yes. By saying that Kelli is
She's a
involved
pastor,
with a
Wait a
Lawton.
minute,
married
wait a minute.
pastor,
If we're
that
talking
impacts ministries, the congregations. It
Oh, come
does.
on now.
Ooh.
If
It
we're talking
does.
about
Hallelujah.
ministries, we need to be,
Sure.
if we're talking
It
about
does.
ministries, we need to be talking
Ooh,
about
you about
Jamal
the spirit.
Bryant. That's who we need to be talking about with ministries. Okay, let's get
What's
that first correct.
what's
Jamal
Jamal do?
Bryant,
Be all right.
What
Yeah,
about
but
it?
we're not
he's
What
had
talking about.
affairs with congregation people,
Right,
allegedly.
but
I'm just
Listen,
saying,
Agreed.
if we're talking about
Agreed.
ministries,
Agreed.
yeah.
he ain't on Housewives of
But
Atlanta, right?
I don't see the relevant. I don't see the relevance. I'm not gonna lie. But
Well,
agreed.
Yeah,
listen,
right.
Agreed. Agreed.
Kelli had to go on Instagram
Agreed.
Live. Kelli had to go on Instagram Live not to defend herself, but to protect actual congregations and pastors' wives who are being harassed, Lawton, online because of Portia's spreading unsupported lies again.
where did you see that?
She went on Instagram.
Was
Kelly's
there any
Live.
kind of
Kelli went on
Twitter?
Instagram Live to
What,
address the lies.
has there been any pastor, first
Mitch
lady,
is taking me to
anybody say
church.
like I have been attacked by Real Housewives of Atlanta fans? I haven't seen anything like that. So like, how can it be true?
Well, there's a list of potential pastors that Portia could be speaking about, and those pastors have been targeted.
Not a list.
Those, yes,
What
there's
is
a
this?
list.
What is she, the Godfather?
Speculation.
No, okay, so I
Speculation.
think this could be accurate. I think this could be accurate because when Portia was flipping out, and mind you, a fabulous crash out. She just gave us a fabulous crash out. But when she did that, she looked at Phaedra because she was not going to play that mess with Phaedra no more. And she said, "You know him. He's one of your clients." So that could, bring the list
And
down
of course,
because Phaedra ain't got
Yeah.
that many. She ain't got that many clients.
I know.
She ain't got that many clients, so we know there's probably 7 of them. So I can see what you're saying. But
But
wow,
same
you
thing
are
to
bringing
find
us to
out, Mitch.
church today, Mitch. You bring
Yes,
that
It
to
was
listen,
church,
assignment.
Mitch.
listen, it impacts the word. It impacts congregations. It just
Ooh,
does.
not the word
Because
of
Lord
Cristo. Ooh.
Jesus.
when Kelly brought up Portia's history, she was referencing relationships that Portia chose to put on international television and write books about. Like this is what Portia brought to
Well, she
us.
did write a
So
book. That's true. She did.
Kelly was talking to us about things that were well documented.
But if you're talking about being on a reality show and coming into it, she had an agenda. We cannot, deflect that at all. She came with an agenda. Okay. She
I
was
don't
gunning
think
for
that's an
Portia.
agenda.
She gunned for Portia at
No.
whenever they had the birthday sit down with Shamia, Britt, and her. And then on top of that is whenever they went into Shamia's birthday party at her house, she even said to Portia directly to her face, "Did you steal that woman's husband?" Like, I mean, come on. She came with an
But
agenda. We
Lawton,
cannot
Lawton,
lie
that's
about
not an
that.
agenda. That's not an agenda. That was
You need to get
literally
to know. You need to get to know first
no.
before you can say that. Yes, you
If
can.
I'm coming on a show and the biggest scandal on the show at that time was Portia and her man getting divorced. It was fresh because you're talking about stuff that was 2 years
It
ago. The
already
first
played out on
episode of
Ultimate
last
Girls Trip.
season.
Hello.
Yeah, but it was on. This is the first time her as a housewife. It was centered around her. They gave her a 5 minute introduction of her running in Atlanta. They were literally trying to make the whole thing about Portia. So I don't think it's that crazy to be like, "Girl, did you steal that man's husband?" And especially if you said it to my face, I don't think that's so insane. And you're also referencing the first episode of last season. Last season, we
Yeah.
had Kenya got kicked out. So we're talking about this season, 2 years later. So your mind doesn't change in 2 years. Things can't change in 2 years. You gonna hold a grudge from 2 years ago?
I'm just saying, it's the same thing that
Oh,
happened.
I'm
Kelly
just
went after
saying.
Portia.
Are you gonna
Portia
hold that
went after
grudge?
Kelly. I mean,
She
that,
didn't
like,
really come after her. Come after her would have been like you're a slam king. That's coming after her for stealing that man's man. But for her to just be like, why did you steal that man's husband? Messy, yes. But that's not an attack. I've seen
are
attacks
you
here on
kidding
this
me?
And it
Are you
was something that was
serious?
here
already
on
out
this
there. It was
panel.
something that
It was
was
something that
already
was
out
out
there.
there. It
This
wasn't so
stuff with
what
Kelly is
but what
new.
the difference is the stuff with Kelly, we didn't know that until Portia said it.
We didn't know any of that, and now it's a
We
can of
already
worms that's been
knew
opened.
it had been out for a year. She had been married to that man for a year. Her issues were already out for a year. You brought something that nobody knew about that was in the dark on camera to Kelly. That's a very different situation to me. I
So
think it's
Damien,
kind of
Uh,
light to come in and talk about something that's been out already.
you think it's fair
um,
game?
yeah, well, I also too, by the way, I found to piggyback off what Lawton said a second ago. I found a note online because I just wanted to look up and see, because Portia said that Phaedra, he works for you or you work for him.
Client. He's one of your
A
clients.
client or something.
Okay, so I looked up
Client.
pastors that Phaedra Parks represents, right? Just to see if I could find anything. And it does say that she has close ties to high profile faith leaders, including Pastor Jamal Bryant, who previously renewed her vows. So it's very plausible that who they could be talking about because we do know on Potomac, Monique let it all out there that he had that big D in the streets, and that's why they called him Pastor Holy Whore. So we could be onto something here.
Oh my god. Honestly, Law is probably being prophetic. Law is probably being
No,
prophetic
I'm
right
just
now because
saying, if Mitch is going to bring
I
up
feel Jesus in
ministries, we
this
need to talk
chili.
about Jamal Bryant, the
He
one
Why
that's
was
why do
actually
we
there.
need to
allegedly be doing
why is
things
it
with the
that's the
congregation.
issue. That's the issue. Like Lawton, you
That's
say
not
that
an
we need to talk about
issue.
it is an issue when you say that we need to talk
No,
about
it's not.
Jamal Bryant. This is the impact that Portia's lies are having. The fact that people
Well,
are
I'll bring,
targeting Jamal Bryant, the
You
fact that
brought up
people are
ministries.
targeting
I'll bring it
Okay,
Bryant,
up too.
the
who in
fact that
God's
they're
name
targeting different
wants to bring up a
pastors.
ministry related to an affair?
Jesucristo
You
is not what
did.
is fighting. Oh,
Yes.
oh,
Yeah.
and I, oh,
Look, no. Portia's saying that Kelly is sleeping with a married pastor. Portia brought this to the conversation. Portia did. I didn't. I'm reacting to it.
You
So
said
I don't know what you're
ministries,
saying about
plural.
that. What do you
You
mean?
said ministries, plural.
Yeah, because
oh.
Like, who
pastors,
other?
yeah, pastors, their ministries, their congregations are impacted by these lies. There's an impact. And that's the issue that hopefully is understood, because Porsha dropped that married pastor allegation as if it was on the tip of her tongue. When we talk about things that are premeditated and planned, and that's not Kelli, that's Porsha.
Okay. I think I'm like in the Twilight Zone because Kelli came on last season with an agenda. You cannot defer from
Can we
that.
not
Okay.
talk? I
She
disagree with
came
you.
on. She
I
did.
disagree with you. I disagree with you. You can
You
believe
can
that, but I just
disagree
disagree with
with me
you.
to high heaven. It's still not going to change my mind.
I didn't ask you to
But
change your mind, baby. I'm just challenging your opinion. That's called a debate shirt.
I know, but I'm still standing
Okay,
on it.
so I stand on it and I give it to you, and I'm telling you how I feel about you bringing up something from 2 years ago, and you bringing up a rumor that was out there for a year
It's fair
before they
game.
even filmed. It's
It's fair
fair
game.
game, but you can't bring up something that was never on a show that no one knew anything about and bring it up after y'all made up. That makes no sense. From the first episode that you're talking about where she met with Bree Edie, there was an
Hmm.
entire season, and then there was a reunion. Then they got together and said, okay, we're going to drop it. We're going to be cool. Then 2 months later, they got together, and Porsha pulled out something at culo, right from her ass, and she pulled it up, and she said, this is the rumor that's on the streets that nobody knew about. But what Kelli, to say that Kelli came in with an agenda to go for her, she would have brought up something that nobody knew about. She was saying something that had been talked about for a year. It wasn't something new. It wasn't something like, at that point Portia should have been over it. She should have been like, yep, I stole that man. Like, I would have been so over it at that point. It'd been a year and a half in. It had been in every newsstand in America. Like, there's a difference to me there, in my opinion.
yeah,
It's been
but
like 4 years.
Izzy, do you think that it's fair game? Do you think it's fair game for Portia to raise this, or do you think it's fair game for Kelli to even bring that up last season from the very start, since it was in the blogs?
I think, like I said, I like to avoid the drama as much as I can. However, I did say earlier that Portia is on a show. She's doing her job. And it's not unusual for these ladies to bring up something that has never been brought up on the show before. So
That's fair.
it's
That's fair.
it's nothing new. And something I wish Kelli would say as the season is airing, I wish she would just deny the rumor and share who she's with, because in this latest
Exactly.
episode she shares who she's
That's
dating, but
fair.
she doesn't. But he also has an alias, so like I can't. I don't even. I like. I don't even
Yeah,
know
and
why you have
changed
a
it during
man.
the interview. Like, what are we? Undercover?
Okay. She's also not the only
Right.
woman
That's
who
my
said that.
point.
There's
Like I wish she.
character just did
I
it
don't like
in
when they
Beverly
do
Hills.
that. Why?
Let Izzy.
Uh,
I want to hear Izzy finish what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying she would just stop with the rumors. I do have a man. It is not he is not a pastor. Unfortunately, I noticed I guess he can't film, or he's not allowed to film, and so he's under an alias. He's incognito. I don't really like that when housewives do that, but yeah, I wish
I
she would
agree.
just say that
That's
that's
true.
not true. Yeah.
That's true. And maybe I'm biased, but I also met Kelli because, we did an interview with her, and she was sweet as pie, and I read her to death.
You
I think
are
people really
biased,
well.
girl.
I have,
Well, I'll
period.
tell you, for
I
me on
also
my
don't
side, I'm
disagree.
not
I get it. I
biased.
get it, though. I'm biased
I've
usually. So.
I've I've been around Portia in person, and we did the thing up here with Kelly. So I'm gonna be real, just about how it is, and that I just think, I don't feel like Kelly did much wrong as far as the situation goes, because, like I said earlier, we didn't know anything about Kelly and a married man. The whole thing with Portia
Hmm.
and Fallon's ex and Simon, that had been out in the Bravo sphere for years. We all knew about it, and more than likely, just to give her the benefit of the doubt, y'all, more than likely, a battery was put in her back. Somebody probably told her, bring this up. She was new. It was a new season. They needed something to talk about.
That's
Yeah, and
true.
the bros and
But
that's true.
me,
Yeah,
I'm always looking at.
the bros. We interviewed Kelly on Bro Chat, and that's available for folks to watch on the Bro Chat YouTube channel. But Portia is screaming with so much confidence about a plane ride she wasn't even on, concerning a man that she doesn't even know, but who happens to be Phaedra's client. We're talking a lot this season about premeditated attacks and plots against K. Michelle, but I think the real plot is against Kelli if we look closely. I do think that this whole conversation about Kelli with the married pastor, that was on the tip of Portia's tongue. And she's mentioned it before. I do think that there is a premeditated plan or attack targeted at Kelli over anyone else on this show.
But Mitch, can I ask you this? Then why is it whenever they went to Phaedra's dum bum 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 event and they were all at dinner and stuff, and basically Kelli was the one that, oh, you need to stop effing Nigerians. Okay. She was the one that put that out there. And then on top of that, Porsha responded with like, you need to stop effing the pastor.
Well, I
Okay.
guess the challenge
So
would be that. Oh, girl, that's
Kelli was
dramatic.
the one.
I stopped. That was a little
No,
dramatic.
Kelly was the one.
I
Kelly was the
literally,
one that
when you wanted
started
to
it.
when you
Okay.
wanted to
Kelly
finish,
was the
I
one that
literally
started
stopped
that
and let you
event.
finish, and you did the whole. Okay, fair. But you know what?
I like to roll my eyes.
Her Portia, sleeping with Africans has been mentioned on like 4 reunions. That is not something new. It's not something new that we're talking about. That's something that's a joke. I agree with you. Kelli did start it that night, and she did want her to fight that
Yes.
night. But to say it's premeditated, it doesn't make sense because premeditation comes from something new, not something that's. How many times have they said that she slept with an African? A million times. They were all making jokes about it at the table. I'm not saying you're wrong. Listen to me. I'm saying
I
that it's not
am.
like she's bringing something new. What we're trying to say is that bringing something new, like you're sleeping with a married man and a pastor, when this girl is having a custody battle over her with her abusive ex-husband that she has a restraining order with, there's a little bit of a nuance there that needs to be understood and respected. That's the difference. Portia's not going through anything like that, and there's nothing being thrown at her that hasn't been thrown at her a million times. Portia got out this show with Kenya. She has had a lot worse happen to her than Kelli. There's little 2-foot Kelli sitting there talking about you sleep with a married man and you like African men. That has been said 17,000 times on this show. The nuance is that she's bringing something like that into effect that this man can now utilize against her to take her kids away from her. When we just saw this last year, Kelli's man wasn't paying for those kids. Kelli's man was not making sure those kids were taken care of. And she is a single mom trying to get one girl through college and has these 3 younger girls. She makes money by filming. She can't film. Portia was upset about that last year when she couldn't film at that house because Simon wouldn't let her. So it's the inconsistencies, and especially when Portia first got on the show, she always wanted to be like, you guys were supposed to be like my aunt. You were supposed to, she kept saying things like that. My older sister, you guys have to help me get through this. Now you're the older sister. Where's your maturity level that you wanted from the other castmates back in your day?
Yeah.
But my question is, if both Portia and Kelly were going through a divorce, they could have met up and been like, okay, listen, we're both going through a divorce right now. It is hard. We need to come together and just really start, creating a bond, not go after each other. But it's just like, it didn't start like that. It never started like that. It came in with an agenda, with a bomb being dropped and stuff like that. Like,
That wasn't a
if you're trying to
bomb,
get
though. That's the
if
difference.
you're trying to get to know somebody, you try to get to know them first before you start hearing everything. Just because it may be true and stuff like that doesn't mean you have to bring it out of your mouth.
Well,
You
that
want to
hasn't
get
been
to know
my
that
experience
person
on
for
Bro Chat.
real.
That hasn't been my experience on Bro Chat. Many people have many assumptions about me when they join the group, and it takes like 3 weeks for them to be cool with me.
Oh.
That's the honest to God truth. That is the honest to God
Wait a
truth.
minute.
Am I lying? I'm
Wait a
not
minute.
lying. I'm
Name
not
Wait a
them. No,
lying.
I'm
minute.
I'm
just
just
kidding.
speaking the truth. Talking
Name
about
them.
coming into a
Name
group.
them.
Name
Wait a
them.
minute. Yeah, name him, Eric. Name
You
him.
didn't like
Oh.
me. Izzy didn't like me. A lot of people didn't like me. I'm not dumb.
Oh, Lawton didn't
Wait a
like
minute.
Eric.
Wait a
Wait a
minute.
Izzy
minute.
didn't
Wait
like
a minute. I
Eric.
didn't like you.
All right.
No, that's
Got
false.
You followed
Huh?
everybody in the cast but me until 3 weeks into you joining the
No.
cast.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You did. Just that's what the
And if
truth
that's the
is.
case, just own it, and it is what
Just
it
own
is.
So
it.
you're
I
saying,
know you didn't like me.
So Eric, you're saying that Lawton followed me, followed Damien, followed Izzy, followed everybody except for
Victor,
you, or followed you last.
literally, I was talking to my husband about this because I was making a joke because he had joined,
Uh-huh.
and I could tell that he didn't like. I can tell. I'm not dumb. I'm a very cognitive person, and then he didn't follow me till like 2 weeks or 3 weeks after he had joined the cast already, which is fine. I don't care. People
Oh,
have a right to not like me. That's not the problem. But I'm just saying, if you're gonna sit there and say when you're joining a group that's established, you need to come in humble. It's a little, you know.
I will say, like, I thought that you were kind of like a little stone cold. Okay. I will say that, I felt that
Okay,
way. And the reason why,
that's fair. That's fair.
hold up. The
oh,
reason why I followed Mitch, Damien, Izzy, okay, is because
Okay,
I never filmed with you. Okay. I never filmed with you until the day of my
okay.
announcement. And that day I felt like you were going through something because you were like a little stone cold and stuff. So I was just kind of like, I'm just going to wait it out, and not say anything and be like, oh my gosh, I hate Eric or anything like that. I'm not going to do that because it wasn't a planned agenda. I was going by who I was filming with. Okay. That was
Lion. Okay,
all.
so can I say my piece to that? Can I say a piece to that? You
Yes,
don't
you can
owe me
say a
an
piece of that.
explanation. Thank you so much. The optics of it, if you follow everybody but one cast member, what is the optics of that? Oh, so he's silent.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. I'm just like a little confused because I never filmed with
Sorry.
you until the day
Did
of my announcement. I have never filmed with you
no,
until the
I
day of my
agree a lot, and
announcement.
that I understand that. But what I'm trying to say is, if I was trying to
Uh,
join, for instance, when I was first starting to join Bro Chat, I followed every single one of the bros. I didn't
hmm.
exclude one. So if you're so,
You never followed
whether
me.
you did it on, I
You
wasn't,
never followed
I
me
wasn't
on Bro
trying to get on your
Search.
show. But I wasn't trying to get on your show. That's the difference, baby. I'm sorry. That's the difference. What I'm saying is, as you are someone who is actively trying to get on Bro Chat, right? You are
Hmm.
actively trying to get on Bro Chat. Okay. So if you're doing that and there are cast members and there's four of them, or there's five of them, and you follow four of out of the five, what is the optics of that? What does that make it look like?
Mm.
That I hate you, but that wasn't the intent at all. But you and I have had multiple conversations, okay?
Love you
And
to
you
death, girl. Love you
and
to
I
death.
love you too. You're my mother, okay? And mother
Yeah,
and daughters, we
but
fight,
mother's gonna
right?
correct her, and
okay.
mother's gonna
I know.
correct. All I'm saying is, you've also admitted to me that you have said things about me before, which is fine. I'm just telling you that it didn't feel humble because I had been on the show for 2 years at that point. I had been a mainstay cast member for, and I had already started another
Come on,
we had started
mainstay.
bro search already.
Yes.
We
I
had started
mean,
bro search member. Like, I'm a main cast member. I'm not a friend of. She got a peach. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference. We all know it. I'm
Yeah.
the star. Fuck you all. I'm the star. This is my show. I'm the
I'm
Beyonce.
sorry. This
You guys are giving Leticia and Latoya. Get out of my face.
You can be the Beyonce. I want to be the Rihanna. I'm good.
You know
well, facts are
but you know I'm not
facts.
that type of
Facts are
person.
facts.
I'm not saying that it was premeditated. It's just
Hmm.
something that I noticed. It's something that I noticed. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know how am I supposed to react when I'm filming someone I've never filmed with? They're made a bro, and they follow all my cast members but me.
All of our relationships have come such a long way. I think Izzy, you and Eric are close now, right?
we're coworkers on the show.
We're just like close, right?
What?
We're good. We're good. Wait, what?
Y'all
Why
are
are you bringing me into
close,
this?
right?
He said it. He said that you were unhinged. Eric said that you were unhinged. Do you remember? Maybe.
I did not say that. What?
What? No.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Oh, okay. Maybe that.
I didn't say
So
unhinged.
basically,
It was unaggressive.
I'm everybody's favorite person. Got it. We love
Okay,
it.
listen. Okay, guys.
Well, good thing.
We're gonna wrap. We're gonna wrap. But
Unhinged. Wow.
the big
But
point
you know
is
what? I'm not the one with screenshots. Okay, I'm not the one. Oh well. It is what it is. I'm not the one called out. But
Oh,
it is what it
I'm done.
is.
I'm done.
I'm talking about recent feelings. I'm talking about recent thoughts.
Who?
That's what I'm talking about. And that's why I
Put the
appreciate
camera back
Lawton
up.
and
But Eric
Eric
was not talking about
keeping it
recent thoughts,
real
though. Eric
and
wasn't.
telling the truth
Eric was not talking
about
about
what they
recent
think and
thoughts.
how they feel
Eric
because you
didn't know there
get
were recent thoughts.
progress with
Eric
honesty
didn't
and
know there were
truth.
recent thoughts.
Turn the
So
Eric
that's
camera
Eric
all
wasn't
I'm
didn't
talking
know
talking
that
about
there
about.
were
recent
recent
That's the only
thoughts.
thoughts.
thing I'm talking about. And that's
Okay,
why I
well, Eric
appreciate
didn't
Lawton
know
and
that there were
Eric.
recent thoughts.
What
Eric didn't
recent
know
thoughts
there
are
were
you
But
recent
talking
thoughts.
Eric,
about?
I don't know, girl. I don't know.
but Eric,
Mitch, put the
let's be
camera back
clear.
on.
We are
The
living in
red light back
delusion.
on.
There are no recent thoughts and there were no recent feelings. So yeah, those don't exist. So that's how we're going to
Put
keep
the
it.
red light back
They
on.
don't exist. And that's fine.
Oh my gosh.
Damien, do you know what I'm talking about?
About what
Now
Izzy
Damien
said.
knows?
I, I'm not trying to pull Damien in, but
Yes,
I
you
don't know.
did!
I'm not trying
About
to.
what
Okay.
Izzy about what
Oh
Izzy said
my
about Eric.
What
god.
easy?
What did I say?
My God, why am I so popular?
No,
What did
I'm
I
trying to
Because you're
figure
the
it
say?
star.
out.
Because Eric, you're the star of the show. Don't forget.
Apparently, Mama. Apparently, I'm the Nicole Sweetsinger.
I don't know if Damien's trying to remember or trying to think if he wants to say.
I
Oh,
don't know if I don't know if I know what's going on, and I really don't.
Okay. I'm not trying to start a conflict. I'm trying to get
a
us
little
Oh,
to a
you
bit.
place of
did.
truth.
You did. You
I'm
did.
trying to get
You
us to a
did.
place of
You did.
truth. But to pretend
So
like you
Izzy's talking
haven't,
shit.
don't have a feeling or a thought or issue with Eric, that's not how we get to the next level in our relationships when we play pretend. When we play pretend, we shouldn't play
Are
pretend. We should
you
keep it honest with
joking?
the
What are
real.
you even talking about? Like, just say it. You want to say it? I'm
What
so
was said?
confused.
What
I'm
was said?
good with everyone on this show. I don't know what you're talking about, Mitch.
You're good at this second because you don't want to
Me
keep
and
it
Izzy were cool.
honest.
What
But
was
it's
said,
it. Y'all are
Yeah,
cool.
Mitch?
Y'all are cool. Y'all are cool. Y'all are
we're
cool.
all
Y'all are cool.
coworkers.
Okay.
We're
Okay,
good.
y'all are cool. Oh,
We've
you're
been good.
co-workers.
On the next episode of Road Trip.
The chicken is
I need a cigarette.
lovely.
Not saying
I really did not mean to start all this drama.
yeah,
I
I don't know.
literally was just trying to
Oh,
point out
no, no
that
drama
a
at
lot of the
all. There is
people,
no drama. I am good.
the only point I was trying to make was that a lot of people come on this show and they literally tell me they didn't like me at first, and then they're
and
cool
I
with me,
thought and
or
listen,
they're
the
steak
reason
with
why
me and they're cool.
I thought that Izzy was gonna be honest and say and fess up that he was one of those people. I thought that's what he was
No,
gonna do.
Mitch, you got it wrong. You got
I
it
didn't
wrong, Mitch. You got it
know.
wrong. I never
I didn't
said
know.
I dislike Eric. The first encounter with Eric, recording together, there was obviously misunderstanding. It was very different. You know, it was a different experience. I felt it was aggressive. I should have not called it aggressive. And we all decided and agreed that the best word to describe that experience is Eric is passionate. And so I moved on from that. And I never disliked Eric. I just was like, I don't know if I could work with this guy because
There
of
are
that
so
moment.
many conversations that happen about me without me in the room. It's absolutely insane. Anything that I've ever had to say about anybody has been said in front of this camera or right directly to their face. I
And
don't
that's what I
play
like
that.
about
Including
you,
Mitch.
Eric.
Including Mitch. I've had it out with Mitch several times on this camera and off this camera in front of everybody. I don't play that.
Just to close this off, okay. One thing I do remember saying about you, Eric, is that I remember talking about how you were talking too fast. That's one thing. And I apologize, because I feel like you and we have gotten to a good place and stuff. I'm just happy that, we're on this platform together and that we have
I
talked about
agree.
it and stuff like that.
And I
Agree.
So,
love that. And I appreciate Lawton for being honest and direct and transparent. I just wish everybody was keeping it real. I wish.
Who's not
And I
keeping it
hope
real,
they get,
Mitch?
and I hope it becomes a theme. Maybe not today, but a general theme in the future
oh
for
Lord.
the
It
five of us.
is a general thing. Mitch, I don't
But
even know.
no, I'm not. Look, I'm not talking about any person in particular. But a hit dog will holler.
You
So
Yes,
are.
you
You
I
are.
are.
You should be
Yes,
honest
you
about that
are.
because you
no
are.
listen. The hit dog will holler. But listen, everyone looking in, make sure
We
that
see
you
each
like
other.
this video. And the bros of Bro Chat will be back. We'll see you again
Bye
next time.
bye. Yes.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah.
While Tamara was saying, I said something about her daughter, Latrice brought up my daughter. But you don't see that in the reunion.
Oh.
When my daughter passed away, it was a high profile case. I sat right there and I said, what did you say? Because I need you to repeat that. And she repeated it. I said, that is funny coming from somebody that is actually trying to have a baby. I said, but why don't you worry about those 8 abortions that you had?
Oh.
If you had a blood clot surgery, why are you walking around in lubricant? Teresa's scared too because, Cliff is my cousin.
What?